In today's deep dive, we analyze the enduring legacy of Godzilla and the expansive universe of Kaiju through an expert lens. This exploration dissects the technical evolution, historical contexts, and narrative complexities that have elevated these monstrous icons from mere cinematic spectacles to multifaceted symbols in culture and technology. We will examine production techniques that range from rudimentary suitmation to cutting-edge CGI and how shifts in socio-political climates have influenced thematic narrative construction in these films. Advanced topics include data-driven analysis of box office trends, comparative evaluations of visual effects innovations, detailed discussions on animatronics versus digital compositing, and the evolution of narrative storytelling within the genre. Our discussion is designed for those thoroughly familiar with film studies, special effects technology, and cultural historiography. We acknowledge the pioneering contributions of filmmakers in melding engineering with artistry, and we emphasize the underlying technical challenges solved by studios over the decades. From early mechanical effects that required brute inventive spirit to today's seamless integration of advanced computer algorithms, the evolution of the Godzilla franchise encapsulates a unique crossroads of art and engineering. In this script, expect analyses that include quantitative evaluations, historical box office data, and technological timelines that chart the progression from analog effects to digital wizardry. We bring forward expert-level commentary on specific techniques such as miniatures, optical compositing, and motion capture innovations that transform the way these films are produced. Brace yourself for a discussion that leverages both numerical evidence and technical specifications to paint a comprehensive picture. Our conversation now embarks on an exploration into how Godzilla emerged as a cultural phenomenon, influencing not just cinema, but also technology and societal reflections on power, destruction, and regeneration. Let's now turn our attention to the origins and legacy that set the stage for decades of innovation and narrative exploration. Born out of the tumult of post-war Japan, Godzilla emerged as a metaphor reflecting the scars of nuclear devastation and geopolitical upheaval of the 1950s. The original film, produced in 1954, was steeped in the fears of atomic power gone awry, drawing on real-world events to craft a creature whose origins are as scientifically inspired as they are symbolic. Early concept designs merged biological plausibility with the raw impact of nuclear decay, creating a monster that was both an embodiment of nature's wrath and a cautionary tale of human hubris. Technical constraints led filmmakers to develop the innovative Suitmation technique, a process combining elaborate costumes with practical effects, which, though rudimentary by today's standards, presented a believable, tangible colossus in celluloid. Detailed archival research reveals that Godzilla was conceived during a period when Japan was grappling with its identity and the consequences of scientific advancement. With limited resources but abundant creative ambition, directors and special effects teams transformed modest budgets into a lasting cultural icon. The narrative layered scientific commentary with political critique. Each destructive rampage through urban landscapes was interwoven with allegories of environmental catastrophe and unchecked technological experimentation. Quantitative analyses of box office numbers and international distribution records show that despite its localized genesis, Godzilla rapidly achieved global significance, fueling scholarly debates on ecological ethics, the interplay of myth and modernity, and the societal impact of technological disruption. Over time, the character evolved significantly. With each new film iteration, technical improvements, be it more sophisticated miniatures, enhanced optical effects, or early forms of computer assistance, helped deepen the mythos. Directors began to embed complex subtexts on war, resilience, and recovery that resonated with both domestic and international audiences. Godzilla thus stands not only as an icon of monster movies, but also as a case study in how narrative depth and technical innovation can intertwine to create an enduring legacy. The term Kaiju literally translates to strange beast in Japanese and has come to encompass a whole tradition of cinematic monsters. Long before Godzilla trod the silver screen, Japanese folklore was replete with mythical creatures embodying nature's fury and mysterious forces beyond human control. These early legends provided a rich tapestry of archetypes from which modern kaiju could draw inspiration. Over the decades, kaiju films have evolved from straightforward monster features into complex narratives that blend mythological symbolism with advanced cinematic technology. Historically, the evolution of kaiju is tightly interwoven with Japan's socio-political climate. The rapid industrialization and the consequences of war fostered a cultural environment where nature was both revered and feared. This dichotomy is evident in kaiju narratives that portray destructive creatures emerging in the wake of environmental abuse or technological overreach. Detailed analyses of thematic content in kaiju films have often revealed subtexts relating to ecological imbalance and the consequences of modernization. A technical examination of early kaiju productions shows the use of pioneering special effects techniques, such as Suitmation, a labor-intensive process where actors inside monster costumes enacted epic battles. As technology advanced, these methods gave way to miniature models, stop-motion intricacies, and eventually the integration of computer-generated imagery. Data on production innovations indicate a steady increase in budget and technical complexity, reflecting both global audience expectations and the desire for more immersive storytelling. Furthermore, comparative studies underline that Godzilla, while a central figure, is just one facet of a broader kaiju pantheon. Other monsters, each bearing unique design philosophies and specialized effects techniques, have provided critical counterpoints and expanded the scope of the genre. The fusion of traditional Japanese myth with contemporary technical execution remains a cornerstone of kaiju cinema, offering a compelling study in cultural and technological evolution that continues to inspire filmmakers and scholars alike. From its inception, the Godzilla franchise has been a crucible for technological experimentation and narrative reinvention. In the early days, the challenge was to present a creature of immense scale and destructive power using minimal resources. Pioneering special effects methods, most notably the Suitmation technique, required meticulous choreography and a deep understanding of practical effects. These early films relied heavily on physical models, miniatures, and forced perspective to simulate the devastation wrought by Godzilla's rampages. Despite the limitations of mid-20th century technology, these methods laid a foundation for a visual language that balanced spectacle with allegory. As filmmaking technology evolved, so did the techniques used to portray Godzilla. The introduction of optical compositing in the 1970s allowed filmmakers to integrate live-action footage with model shots, creating a more seamless visual narrative. This period marked the beginning of integrating data-driven post-production processes that enhanced color fidelity and motion tracking. By the 1990s, computer-generated imagery (CGI) began to complement traditional methods, permitting more fluid and realistic representations of destruction and monster movements. Detailed quantitative assessments of production budgets and visual effect pipelines indicate a transformative shift during this era. CGI allowed for more complex simulations, from realistic water dynamics to nuanced particle effects, that were previously impossible with physical models alone. Narratively, Godzilla transitioned from a singular symbol of nuclear devastation into a multifaceted character embodying both terror and reluctant heroism in subsequent installments. Filmmakers expanded the narrative scope by intertwining personal human dramas with the broader allegory of nature versus technology, climate change, and emerging geopolitical tensions. This narrative expansion was supported by advances in sound design, where layered audio effects added depth to the impact of Godzilla's roars and the chaos of urban destruction. The integration of high-fidelity digital soundtracks correlates with improved audience engagement metrics as recorded by post-release surveys and international viewership data. Recent films illustrate a sophisticated interplay between technical wizardry and narrative depth. Directors now harness advanced motion capture systems and real-time rendering software to produce hyper-realistic sequences that are both visually staggering and thematically layered. The technical journey of Godzilla in film is a case study in iterative innovation, a continual balancing act between leveraging emerging technologies and staying true to the storied mythology that defines the character. The kaiju genre, as exemplified by Godzilla and its contemporaries, has consistently pushed the boundaries of cinematic innovation. One of the most fascinating aspects is the evolution of special effects, which have transitioned from elaborate physical models and suitmation to the seamless integration of CGI and digital compositing. Early effects artists relied on ingenuity to simulate vast destruction, often using scaled-down miniatures and forced perspective methods. These techniques, while technically challenging, laid the groundwork for a genre defined by its ability to evoke real-world fear and wonder using practical solutions. In recent decades, the rapid advancement of computer technology has revolutionized the visual presentation of kaiju. High-definition digital cameras, state-of-the-art motion capture, and real-time rendering software have allowed filmmakers to achieve hyper-realistic depictions of enormous creatures interacting within meticulously detailed environments. Detailed technical schematics and production logs reveal that modern kaiju films employ multi-layered effects processes where physical sets are digitally enhanced. This hybrid approach not only maintains the visceral quality of early films, but also introduces a level of detail that appeals to a contemporary expert audience accustomed to precision and realism. Storytelling in kaiju films has similarly evolved. Early narrative structures were straightforward, focusing mainly on direct confrontations and visual spectacle. However, as filmmakers embraced genre blending, narrative themes began integrating socio-political commentary, ecological warnings, and metaphors rooted in technological anxiety. Statistical analyses of film reviews and scholarly articles show a progressive trend toward narratives that are intertextual and multidimensional, prompting audiences to consider deeper philosophical and scientific questions. Moreover, the blending of genres such as horror, science fiction, and drama has provided a richer canvas for exploring topics like environmental degradation, the ethics of scientific experimentation, and the ambiguous nature of progress. This genre blending is evident in meticulously crafted sequences that juxtapose slow-motion destruction with high-tempo digital effects, creating an immersive sensory experience. Technical breakdowns in post-production often reveal layers of color grading, particle simulation, and kinetic sound design that work in unison to amplify emotional impact. A careful analysis of box office and streaming data further asserts that audiences worldwide resonate with the integrated approach. The meticulous intersection of groundbreaking technical artistry and deep narrative complexity has redefined what it means to produce a monster movie. In essence, kaiju films remain a dynamic playground where technological progress meets timeless human concerns, continually evolving to surprise and challenge even the most expert connoisseurs. Godzilla and the broader kaiju phenomenon have left an indelible mark on global pop culture, transcending their origins in Japanese cinema. Detailed studies of merchandise sales, cross-media adaptations, and online community engagement reveal how these symbols of destruction and renewal have permeated diverse cultural landscapes. International box office statistics and licensing revenue numbers underscore the franchise's robust commercial impact, illustrating a legacy that spans decades and continents. Culturally, kaiju have become metaphoric benchmarks for discussions on scientific ethics, environmental responsibility, and the unforeseen consequences of human innovation. Academic treatises and expert panel discussions often reference Godzilla as a visual shorthand for nuclear disaster and technological advancement gone awry. Special effects conventions, film symposiums, and digital fan forums are replete with dissections of the technical ingenuity behind early suitmation, practical effects, and their modern CGI successors. Data-driven polls indicate high engagement levels among diverse demographics, particularly within communities focused on science fiction and engineering. Furthermore, the influence of kaiju extends into numerous forms of media. In video games, animations, and even high-budget television dramas, the visual and thematic template set by Godzilla is often echoed. Detailed revenue reports from merchandising companies consistently report that collectible models, action figures, and commemorative prints are in high demand globally. This multi-platform presence not only reinforces the cultural relevance of these cinematic icons, but also continuously fuels innovation in how monster narratives are developed. The alignment of fan-driven statistics with expert analytical research highlights that these films offer more than mere spectacle. They serve as a nexus where technology, art, and social commentary converge, inspiring both academic inquiry and popular engagement worldwide. Looking ahead, The kaiju genre is poised for transformative changes, driven by accelerating technological progress and shifting cultural landscapes. Future productions are expected to integrate even more sophisticated CGI techniques alongside traditional practical effects, a hybrid approach that may well redefine the boundaries of visual storytelling. Advanced motion capture, AI-enhanced rendering, and even virtual reality are on the horizon, promising to immerse audiences in hyper-realistic, interactive experiences that were once confined to the realm of fantasy. Detailed forecasts from industry analysts suggest that budgets for blockbuster kaiju films will continue to grow, fostering an environment where experimental techniques can be tested and refined. There is also a growing trend towards deeper narrative integration. Already, directors are exploring multi-layered storylines that incorporate themes of climate change, technological singularity, and global socio-political shifts. The legacy of Godzilla, as both a cautionary tale about unchecked technological progress and a symbol of nature's enduring strength, is being reinterpreted to align with 21st century realities. Data from recent audience surveys indicate that modern viewers appreciate a more nuanced depiction of monsters, where the antagonist is imbued with complexities and a reflective capacity. On the technical front, emerging software and hardware capabilities are enabling a new era of special effects innovation. Developers are leveraging neural networks to simulate destruction in unprecedented detail, while augmented reality tools allow audiences to virtually interact with reimagined kaiju in real-time environments. Expert reviews of early prototypes have already hinted at a significant paradigm shift, where narrative depth and technical prowess are no longer mutually exclusive, but rather codependent forces driving cinematic evolution. As the global film community continues to debate and experiment, the Godzilla franchise remains a benchmark for success. Its ability to adapt to contemporary technological advances and cultural shifts underlines its timeless appeal. The future of kaiju films promises not only greater visual spectacle, but also an enriched dialogue between creators, audiences, and scholars who remain eager to explore the profound implications of these monstrous legends. In summary, this script has navigated the intricate evolution of Godzilla and the broader kaiju genre, tracing historical origins, technical milestones, and narrative innovations. The journey detailed here underscores a fusion of art, technology, and social commentary that continues to evolve. Data, technical analysis, and expert insight collectively reinforce the enduring impact and future promise of these iconic monsters.